What's up, everybody? It's time for my Teen Mom 2 review, and last night the episode was not as drama filled as these past episodes have been, so I'm gonna get right into it. It opens up with Kale and Joe in the house, and they're just having a candid conversation about what went down at the reunion. The producer lies to Kale and tells her that she kept her calm, knowing damn well she didn't keep her calm. She threatened to quit the show. How is that keeping her calm? But anyway, Joe was over there, and I thought it was really cute how he was holding baby Lux. He seems to have a relationship with Lux because this is the second time that I've seen him actually hold Lux and nurture Lux, and it's a far cry from Javi, who seems to hate Lux, as well as Chris Lopez. But maybe he should, because Chris Lopez took his wife. Let's be 100% honest. So after that, they start talking slightly about Javi and Breanna, and Kale's like, I don't give a fuck, and after this, I'm never talking about it again. I don't care if Javi has a girlfriend. I'm glad that he does, because he leaves me the F alone. I don't know. But anyway, she said that she's never talking about Javi again unless it's pick up and drop off, and she's never talking about Breanna. She doesn't like Breanna, and she doesn't care. So let's see if this is really the last time that she talks about Javi and Breanna and the whole situation. Back at the ranch, Leah is with her ex-husband Jeremy, and they're having a civil conversation. This is the first time that, I've seen Jeremy in a long time, because he's been MIA, not filming, and they seem to be on a good page, and they're kind of joking back and forth, even though Jeremy looks like he doesn't want to be there. Then they pan things over, and Leah starts talking to the producer about the reunion, and she says that she thought it was like Housewives. It was very dramatic. It was fights everywhere, and the whole Breanna thing, blah blah blah, hashing this out for the millionth time, as if we are not tired of hearing about it. Then we head over to Chelsea, where she's living her best life, honey, saying that she's trying to get pregnant again. I don't know what the rush is, but I can tell that Chelsea is actually genuinely happy. And if she wants to have another baby, hey, if I get a man as good as Cole, I'll be popping him out right and left too. So I'm happy for him. They talk about having another child, and as we know, Chelsea is pregnant now, so congratulations to her. I hope she has 50 more with this wonderful man who accepts Aubrey and her for everything. Congrats, girl. I ain't got nothing bad to say about you or Cole or your decisions. It turned out good. One thing that people were saying, though, is that it doesn't seem like she's paying that much attention to Aubrey anymore. I don't know. I just feel like Aubrey has a smart mouth. She's always in grown people's business, and Chelsea is always putting her in her place and dismissing her as she should. So I don't really see the problem here. Aubrey kind of pipes up into people's conversation a little too much. And if she didn't, she would probably end up like Leah's kids. And we all know Leah's kids run her rampant, run all over her, disrespect her, talk back to her, blah, blah, blah. So I actually feel like she's doing a good job with Aubrey. But what do you guys think? Okay, so heading over to the swamp, we meet up with Jenelle, who's supposedly on the phone with David, and she's saying that she met with the counselor because she was nervous for Jace and how his attitude would be post the reunion and all that drama. So she's on the phone with David, and she's saying that the counselor thinks that she needs more one-on-one time with Jace, and hello, of course you do. He's not in your custody and you barely see him. So of course you guys don't have a connection. So the counselor wants for Jenelle and Jace to actually have a connection, and wants Jenelle to start talking to her mother and sit down with her mother. And Jenelle is on the phone saying how this is going to be impossible because her mom hates her and her mom is not willing to put in the work, which is not true. Everybody knows that Jenelle cut Barbara off. It is not the other way around. So I don't even know what she's talking about. And of course, coached and rehearsed David is on the other side of the phone saying, yeah, well, your mom's a bitch. And yeah. I'm just over them. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, This pity train has gone on long enough. You know damn well you don't give your mama no leverage to make any kind of movement in your life. Therefore, you and Jace are not going to be that close. Hello. So we'll see how this turns out. Meanwhile, in Breanna land, Javi has come to visit Breanna and her clan of kids, and he is acting like Mr. Mom. He's picking up her little infant. He's feeding her ice cream. He's getting on a trampoline with Nova. He has this stupid grin on his face, which I said in the last video that I cannot stand that awkward half smile when he gets kind of nervous / he doesn't know what to say. He does this goofy ass smile. I really don't even understand. You guys, you have to see this episode because their relationship looked so weird. It was like Javi wanted to be there, but he kind of didn't want to be there. Like, I don't even understand what he was doing. Then he goes and jumps on the trampoline with Nova while Breanna kind of be like, oh, do you want Javi to go jump with you? Don't do that. I hate when people use kids as pawns. That baby don't know Javi like that. She just doesn't. I'm not even like sicing. She doesn't know Javi that well. For you to be like, oh, you want Javi to go jump with you. It was just a mess.org. This little girl was like, okay, what you want me to say? You want me to say yeah or no? I mean, you only been dating for a month. Sheesh. Come on, Javi. We head back on over to where Joe and his family are going to put on this benefit for the hurricane victims in Puerto Rico, and Kale is there, and everybody's getting along great. You know, her and V have come a long way, because if you guys remember, the same treatment that Breanna was getting from Kale, V was getting from Kale as well. But now everything seems great. The co-parenting seems awesome. Like, her and Joe seem closer than ever, and her and V seem pretty close too. In this scene, we are introduced to some girl named Dom, who we later find out that Kale was in a full-blown lesbian relationship with, as well as some other lesbian that she was in a relationship with. And everybody seems so merry and ready to get on the ball, and then somebody calls her Daddy Dom, and it's just awkward as I don't know what. I'm sorry, it's just freaking awkward. I mean, I heard that Kale was gay or lesbian or experimenting, but all of her friends look like this. Like, all of her friends look masculine like this. Like that girl Bone, this girl Dom, and then that girl Becky. I'm thinking that Kale is a little confused because I hopped on her Twitter last night and she said that she was single and that her baby daddy wanted her back. So all this is a little confusing. Kale, make up your mind, child. You're just all over the place with your sexual origins. Heading back over to Jenelle and her swamp, she makes a desperate 911 call and says that her son cannot breathe, and May May, aka his grandmother, is hitting him, and he's scared for his life, and blah blah blah, just being dramatic. So the 911 dispatcher tells her that they are going to send somebody over there, and then the scene flashes to the next day when she's at lunch or dinner with the producers and her hubby David or whatever, and they're talking about the situation, and he's like, yeah, Jenelle, you need to get him out of that house right now. And Jenelle is like, I don't want Jace to grow up like I grew up, with a lot of screaming or whatever. Somehow it goes back to Jenelle saying that Jace really wants to come and live with her, which I don't think that Jace wants to come and live with her at all. I think that sometimes Jace gets mad because he's just like his mother and he does things out of anger, but I don't think that he wants to go live with Jenelle. Okay, we've seen candid moments where Jace was like, I don't want to go back over my mama's house. So somehow at this dinner, Jenelle flips it and says that she's going to take her mother back to court. And David's like, yeah, it's time. It's time to take that bitch back to court to get custody over Jace, which we all know that in the long run, she will not win. So she needs to sit down somewhere because she can't even take care of the two that she has in her custody. So she needs to go sit down somewhere. Let's be honest. Moving back to Breanna and Javi, they are having this conversation about their date that they're supposed to go on later on that day. They're in the car having this conversation, and Breanna is talking about how long it's going to take her to get ready for this date. And Javi's like, that's not funny. He's like, what can I do to smooth this along so we can go ahead and go on our date, get this over with or whatever. She's like, well, you can make Stella's milk. You can change Stella's diaper, her clothes and stuff. And then I'll change Nova's clothes. And then Javi's like, no problem. And I'm like, what? Why are you up here playing Mr. Mom? Like, it was the craziest thing I have ever seen. He's up here playing Mr. Mom, telling her, yeah, I will be a nanny to your kids. And this next scene, you guys, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, I'm like, I can't even believe that this scene right here happened. Breanna and Javi are in the apartment, the house, the hotel, wherever they are with the kids. And, he's playing Mr. Nanny and burping Stella and changing her diaper and stuff like this. And then Breanna's mom and sister comes in, and Brittany just starts demeaning Javi in every possible way she can. She said, well, since you over here trying to wife my sister, do this for me, do this for me. She basically told him to do everything except polish her shoes. There was a spill on the floor, and she told him to clean it up, and she don't want to hear no back talk. And Javi is standing there with this goofy ass grin on his face, like, well, I'm here, right? I'm doing what y'all tell me, right? So that means I do want a shot with Breanna. And I'm looking like, Kale is gone. Laugh you out of her house the next time you come over, and she's seen this shit on TV. I couldn't even believe it. I was just like, are you going with her, or are you going with her mom, her sister, and the kids? And why are you letting her bitch you like this on national TV? My boyfriend would have been like, girl, I ain't cleaning up that shit. Is you crazy? That was not attractive. Don't bitch me, for one. For two, don't bitch me on TV. For three, go call your other two baby daddies to come clean up this mess, babysit these kids, and change these diapers. There's something seriously wrong with Javi, and I'm not even trying to go in on him right now, even though it sounds like it. It's something wrong with this motherfucker. Seriously. Anyway, after that little demeaning situation with Brittany and Javi, Breanna's mom, Roxanne, takes Javi to the side, or at least she says she takes Javi to the side, but you can't really take somebody to the side and have a private conversation with them in like that 10-foot square apartment. Anyway, she takes him to the side and says, treat my daughter right. She's worth it. She's been through a lot. She deserves a good dude. And Javi's like, yeah, I really like her. Thanks, Roxanne. I'm trying to be in the family, the real Roxanne. Oh, it was just hard to watch. It was cringeworthy. It was very, very cringeworthy. And after that, they finally go on their date, and the date didn't even last as long as all this grueling stuff that he had to go through to go on the daggone date with her, including babysitting the kids and, catching the brute of Brittany because Brittany thinks he's a bitch, and then having this side conversation with Roxanne. The date just wasn't worth it, that little 5-minute date. But whatever floats Javi boat, please let him have it, because there's something seriously wrong. I just want to point out the fact that I think it's cute that they act like they're not having sex, okay? When Leah had already said that they were having sex, Leah said they were actually having sex in the bathroom at the reunion. So we all know this good boy routine that he's putting on isn't so. He's already been all up and through them walls. So they need to just cut the act. So switching things over to Leah, her and her ex-husband take the kids trick-or-treating, and she is extra happy and excited about it. And Jeremy still has this nonchalant look on his face, like, he doesn't care to be there, but whatever. So Leah says that the kids and Addie especially are happy that he's there and trick-or-treating with them. And he's like, oh, is that right? Like, whatever. Like, still with this nonchalant attitude about whatever. But it was nice to see him on the screen. Like I said, I haven't seen him in so long. And you guys, that's it from my commentary. You guys tell me how you feel about this episode. The last thing I want to leave you with is Kale and Dom in the car, and they're canoodling and cuddling and claiming that they're not in a relationship. So you guys tell me what you think about that. As always, thanks for watching.